Good morning, everyone. SwiftGal. Today we are playing a new retro game for a vast future. This is intentionally styled after Game Boy, palette, chipset, etc. It isn't, but it is styled in that way. And inspired by the Final Fantasy Legends games, if I'm remembering correctly, which were not my favorite, but are kind of cool. And I'm hoping that some modern sensibilities applied to that style of game could be really fun. Anyway, I've heard good things. So we're gonna try For a Vast Future. There has to be something valuable in here. Haven't had much luck lately. Took me long enough to pry the lock off the front door. What's this? Received tablet. The power must still be on in here. Final transmission. All Hogtown facilities to be evacuated. Repeat, all Hogtown facilities to be evacuated. Biochemical Research Station Gamma. All personnel to return to Capital City. Leave all research tech in facility upon departure. End transmission. This message must be a decade old. That old medical research facility sounds promising. Good scrap is hard to come by these days. Wake up, lazy bones. Ugh, it's too early. It's almost night. You slept all day. We need our beauty sleep. When hogs fly. Come on, both of you. I need some help getting into an old biomech facility. I heard that place was haunted. Yeah, full of ghosts. There's no such thing. Those are just stories to scare people away. Let's go make some money. Oh, money. That sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm not as scared when you put it that way. Good, let's go. Main menu is now available. You may access it by pushing Y. Pre-war books about knights and princesses. Okay, that's kind of a cool little effect. If you look out a window, you can see a square. A fake ficus plant. Looked real from a distance. Okay. So we've got war gear. Key items. Equipment, which it looks like characters are going to have a specific weapon, but we're going to be able to customize the weapons with upgrades and ammo. Schema. There's a crafting system. Overall attack power, defense including armor. Okay. Attack power of war gear. Yep. Overall attack power of war gear. Speed at which the character's turn will start, and then resist and evade. Resist is status effects, evade is physical attacks. Okay. Skill. Oh, okay. So these are the different stats you can level up. Dexterity, marksmanship, which is guns. Dexterity is war gear, which is items. Armor is defense against physical attacks. That makes sense. Luck is freebie ammo and item usage. So probably similar to the got a freebie system in Mario RPG. And then evasion. Boosts evasion and resistance. Cool. We're gonna go a little bit lower on this. HP display, we can do bars or numbers. I'm gonna go numbers to start with until I get a better idea of it. By the way, this was an option at the very beginning when I started, and I chose the default palette, but they do have options to go for like Game Boy Green, and my favorite is they have Pocket listed as a palette, so this is like the standard palette for the Game Boy Pocket when that got released. But yeah, we're gonna stick with the default palette. And I'm gonna go for numbers as well there, and we'll start with animations on. Very cool. Let's save. And let's check it out. Chell, where have you been? You've had me worried. Everyone's asking me that. I was just taking a walk. You know you mustn't wander far from town. Don't worry, I know how to protect myself. I still worry, and you kids better not be hunting for scrap again. Garby and Cyril are safe with me. There are a lot of dangers out there. I've tried to teach you kids about the world. I know I can't protect you forever, but I'm certainly going to try. Really, Miss Celia, you don't have to worry about me. We're just exploring. You better take this. It'll help you if you get into trouble at least. Got another first aid kit. Cool. Let's check the other side here. There's a remedy. If you ever forget what to do next, press select to see your next objective. We need to go find some scrap at the biomech. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so there's like a gun shop, an inn. And some houses. Cool. Let's head in a direction, I guess. I don't know where to go. The biomechanical... Okay, it's going to tell me. So one of the things that it mentioned when I was looking at it was this has some like rogue... I'm not sure if it's roguelike elements or if they just felt like their setup was customizable enough with different stats and ammo builds you can do. It mentioned replay value. So if that is the case, I'm kind of excited on that front as well. But it did mention specifically it's a relatively short base game. So, not in a bad way, but I honestly think there's nothing wrong with kind of a bite-sized RPG. And it said, 8 hours per run, which honestly feels pretty good. Diary entry. I thought I was safe getting assigned to this rural testing facility. But something happened today. I guess they bombed the capital of Temello. They were calling everyone to Capital City. I hope I don't have to fight. Is this the bioresearch lab? Yep. Bronze statue of a heroic soldier. Or heroic-looking soldier. Let's be clear here. Hey, we found some scrap already. Guess it's time to go home. I like that there's a slight glint on the screen where when there are items to collect. That's cool. There's apparently running water in this facility. I don't like the looks of this. Yeah, I think I can hear the ghosts already. Think of all the scrap. We're gonna feast tonight. Okay, let's go ahead. Government memo. Project Vaunted Palisade is exceeding expectations. Okay. Emergency mode acts... High-level corruption. Emergency mode activated. Shutting down. Okay. That's one of the other things with this that was mentioned is that there are... I don't know if it is a mini game or if it's actually just like you can process through computers. but I find that really interesting. That was a noise. Okay. Yeah, the ruined building vibe here is totally giving me Cinnabar Island vibes from the original Pokemon. Implantation efforts have approximately 60% success rate. Research logs. Delta's personality module upload is successful. Initial testing of the vaunted Palisade shows promising results. Subject Delta appears to be on track for large-scale production. Ooh. Poster, join the war effort. Defend Soralia. List today. I'm gonna guess this is gonna go down to either back to first floor or to the basement. No basement yet. These kind of places always feel like they should have a basement. I don't know. Deactivate laser barrier. Okay. Did I accidentally just turn it back on? I did. This is actually kind of spooky. This place has been abandoned for years. We told you it was haunted. I wouldn't go that far. What are we looking for? I bet there's some valuable metal in here, or even some rare tech. Uh-oh. Maybe we shouldn't touch it. Let's see, maybe this button will open it up. There's a large button. Press it. Who wouldn't? We're only surrounded by laser barriers. I'm sure it's fine. I think it triggered the security system. Now can we leave? Halt. You are surrounded. Might be a little late for leaving quietly. Who are you? What are you doing in this place? It's highly dangerous here. We're from Hogtown. Please don't hurt us. Why, you're hardly more than children. I see. You're lucky I'm here. It seems you've triggered the sentries. Stand back. Let me handle this. Huh. Okay. Thanks for saving us. I'm Darius. Darius? Darius. There's no time to linger. More will be here soon. Come with me if you want to live. Why should we trust you? It would appear that you have it would not appear you have much choice. We don't need you. I know what I'm doing. Come on, Charlie. He wants to help. Fine. But this guy looks like he'd be worth more in scrap. Let's go before more sentries arrive. Piercing ammo? Okay, so that's showing us the different armor types. We need to find a fire extinguisher. I already did that. Wait, what? On your turn, choose war gear and choose fire extinguisher. Okay. That's kind of cool. It's an interesting way to frame it, at least. I'm not gonna say it's necessary, but it's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and... So it gives us damage estimates here. You can see at the top of the screen, 10 to 16 damage. If we switch to Pierce, 13 to 21 damage. Still not enough to one-shot it, so I'm going to go ahead and just do a basic. Even our regular ammo seems to be limited. Got a level for each character. That's more basic ammo and scrap. And it doesn't look like we can do that no matter how hard I try. Decent chance at one-shotting this guy, so I'm gonna try it. Nope. It was worth a shot. Actually, it probably wasn't technically worth a shot, but we're still feeling out the system. Grenade. Smoke and first aid. Awesome. And we got a crit. Very cool. Some more ammo. Hold on, what are all these? It's not wise to waste time here while the alarm is active. Well, it's also not wise to pass on free stuff. Let's look. This chest is sealed shut. Okay, so those are unlocked, or those are locked. So, unlock emergency munitions. We've relocated as many munitions as possible to the Hogtown gate. Remaining items will have to be left behind. Cool. Molotovs, grenades, ammo, zap grenade, ice. Lots of cool sounding options at the very least. Okay, we made it out. I'm glad we got out of there. We owe you, Mr. Darius. I don't require payment. That's a relief. We don't have any. However, I would like to ask a favor. I'm having trouble remembering much beyond my own name. I would like to find my place of origin, so that I may refresh my memory and find my true purpose. You want to look for the place where they made you a cyborg? I might be able to help, not much around these parts. But I need to think about it. When will you decide? Go to the scrapyard. I'll make my decision and let you know tomorrow morning. I understand. I will find my way to the scrapyard. Don't get lost. The scrapyard is just to the east. Cool. The next morning. I've never seen a real-life cyborg before. I thought they were all destroyed after the war. I'm sure he's worth a fortune scrapped. I'll just stay close by and wait for the right moment. Wow. Okay. When the government built their research facility near Hogtown, we knew there would be trouble. So many of the adults were conscripted, so few returned. The war was awful, but at least the government leaves us alone now. Okay, it's time for the ever-present RPG strategy of break into every house and loot everything. Leaving town, Shell? Yeah, not much for me here. When I first became mayor, I wanted to create a shelter from the aftermath of the war. Peaceful reprieve. Of course, many of the residents are orphans of the war like you. You grew up strong, independent, self-sufficient. You were always determined, stubborn even. Reminds me of myself in a way. Here, take this. It'll help you more than it'll help me. A crystal. Just remember this. The world is a cruel place and resources are scarce. So, the big thing from what I'm seeing so far is that a lot of the... I'm probably going to have to actually use the consumable items, which we all know how that goes for me. Looks like you don't have any upgrades. Come back when you find some. Oh, okay, that's to install upgrades. My daddy was a powerful warrior. He fought 10 Tamelan soldiers all on his own. Sometimes I think the soldiers will come home. They were so young. I know I can't protect you forever, but I'm certainly going to try. I'd rather sleep than explore. I'll leave the adventuring to you. All that exploring, I worked up an appetite. When's dinner? And I guess we'll poke our head at the inn, even though we don't really need to yet. Would you like to rest here and restore your energy? Yes. A vending machine allows you to upgrade ammo. Oh. Okay. So that's something I'll have to think about a little bit more once we understand the system a bit better. So it says you can trade, and let's actually go here. More points by leveling up. Is this going to be another area to go through? Okay, let's go ahead and try it out. Oi, who's that then? It's me, Earl. I've got some interesting tech for you. Ah, tracking tablet. This is an Australian military device from before the war. I can give you 25. 35. 30. Deal. 30 basic bullets. Okay. You ever seen a military cyborg? A while back, sure. I bet they're worth a lot scrapped. What would you give me for one of those? Too rich for my blood. Cyborg parts are worth more than my whole business. Very interesting. It sounds like I know a way to retire early. I've heard of that one before. Let me know how it goes. I'll stick with my little slice of paradise here. Suit yourself. Say, mind if I look around a little? Tell you what, you help me find something, I'll open up the rest of the yard. You know me, I can't resist a good offer. Yeah, I need you to find my console for this here junk machine. I left it somewhere outside. You love to scrap, so this will be right up your alley. You got it, Earl. I'll look around. Cool. I like the fact that it continues giving you direction without giving it... Like, it feels like it makes sense. I don't feel like it's a stretch. It's not like it is feeling like you're being forced into something. It fits the characters. At least what we've seen of them so far. And I'm very happy to see that we have, you know, interesting characters. I'm intentionally kind of keeping my eyes peeled for now because I don't want to... I don't want to fight stuff with just Chell if I don't have to. That ought to do it. Good as new. Ah, the gate. I'll open that for you, Chell. Thank you. Glad I could help, Earl. While you're here, got any scrap? Junk machine can convert scrap to war gear. Perfect. Like I was saying, the machine lets you craft war gear. How you may ask? Easy. Read schema. Schema are blueprints that tell the machine what to make. Provide the schema and the ingredients to create an item. The machine will then spit out the war gear, as long as you have the ingredients. There are 3 main ingredients: scrap, gears, and crystal. Pretty neat, huh? I'll say, now I can turn my scrap into something useful. Since you're a good kid, here's a couple schema to get you started. Grenades, throwing knives, first aid, oil barrel. Okay, explode damage. We have a bunch of those already. Fixed pierce damage to target based on user's SMG score. First aid is a small amount of hit points. And oil barrels. Ooh. Inflict oil status, causing weakness to fire explodes. So this is actually really interesting. And makes me kind of excited to see what else we're going to be able to build. Because the ability to have one character apply an oil status, and then having another character either throw a grenade or use a bullet to inflict the burning status, which I assume is going to also do trigger the oil status, feels like it could be a really cool loop. Especially for like a boss, if the oil status stays on them, you could, weaken one status or weaken them with one status and then go from there. I'm glad you accepted my invitation. What can I say? I find you interesting, valuable. Perhaps so. In any case, as I mentioned, I am requesting your help. Your place of origin. What exactly did you have in mind? I've been in stasis for quite some time. Worse, nothing around here is familiar to me. However, an analysis of my memory banks returns the phrase Sylvington Base. I need somebody with knowledge of this region to help me find Sylvington. I'll admit, I do have some survival skills, but what's in it for me? I cannot answer that for you. What I can say is there are likely more cyborgs like me. Alright, I'll help guide you to Sylvington. But there better be some tech there for me to scavenge. It seems that our partnership will work well. I am ready to travel as soon as you have said your goodbyes. Like I said, there's not much keeping me here. We can leave today. Cool. We now have Darius. Yes. Thank you. After battle, each character receives SP. SP can be spent to increase proficiencies. In the skills menu, you can allocate SP to level up a proficiency. You have complete control of your party progression. Experiment. I think there was also a reset option on that. I'm confused. It says he's got 70 SP and 15 available, but I can't seem to do anything to trigger it. Oh, next is at 100. Okay. So you have to earn 100 SP before you can do anything. Okay, so now that I have both characters, we're going to go ahead and fight a couple of these guys and see what we can do. Okay, so we've got some smoke rounds and ice rounds. I'm assuming, I guess we'll see. Grenades only affect a single target. 5 damage, 5 times fire damage to an enemy, or to a target, and secondary damage to other enemies. Okay, cool. I like it. And I'm going to continue being stingy for the time being. Float. Or focus. Okay, I thought it said float first. Burn ammo. Another crystal. Nice. Junkman. So close. Ooh. I shouldn't have attacked that guy. That was actually really dumb. We could have finished the other off. The other one off while that one was guarding. So far, we're not running into stuff that's really problematic as far as enemies go. I suspect that's going to change as we go, and that I'm going to just need to start actually using items, which I will admit is a major fault as an RPG player. With most RPG players, let's be fair. Let's go ahead and just chuck a grenade at that guy. Oh, cool. So it'll actually ping and tell you when it's a weakness. So those guys are weak to explosions. Good chance of one-shotting with a pierce. So doing that since Chell is blind. Gears, more basic ammo. And that looks like another, yep, Junkman. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss another grenade here. I'm doing that because those guys tend to use guard. Impressed. Crystals were listed as the rare ones, and we've already found a few. Cool. So throwing knives feel like they could be really good. Piercing damage ignores armor. My gut reaction here, because I think it is customizable, I don't think there's any... Well, I guess let's check. Okay, they do have slight differences on their stats. 27, 5, 8, 22. Twenty-seven, 5, 8, 22. Okay, so she has more defense, actually. Interesting. But he has more damage and speed. Now, the fact that he has more damage means his base weapon is stronger, so I'm going to go with marksmanship and upgrade his gunning ability. And we'll see what other people bring to the table, but offhand, I'm probably going to have her focus on dexterity to start with. So she'll chuck grenades, he can fire his gun. Good use of resources. Cool. And that feels like we've put a pretty good dent in this for a first video. And next time, we'll go beyond the barricade. I am definitely enjoying this so far. It's simple, but it is... I'm seeing a lot of possibilities. And the actual gameplay does feel pretty snappy. Like, so far there's only one minor thing as far as the gameplay goes that's a little weird. The skill thing, once I figured it out, it was fine. And it's a really weird minor thing. Leaving the computer menus when I was doing the hacking stuff. But yeah, outside of that, this feels pretty good, and that is a good sign. So, we'll be playing some more. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.